One of my favorite words in the English language is navigation, and the root word of it is from Latin navis, which means boat. And I think that's a good way to think about it. The center really is a boat, and to navigate ultimately means to steer, to take control, to drive forward. And at the Vedica Writing and Communication Center and at the Vedica Scholars Program for Women, pioneering as we are, I think we are driving forward each of our scholars to make impact at the workplace. The singular objective of the Vedica Writing and Communication Center is to make our scholars confident and effective communicators of the workplace. To get your work done and to make your presence felt. It's primarily these two things. And all of our curriculum, the structure of our center, the ecosystem that Vedica has tried to build really focuses on these two skills. We actually have a twofold framework. The first is a series of concurrent courses that we have running through 18 months of the course. Now this includes courses as varied as those on critical thought, the beginnings of organizational communication, journalistic writing, so things such as op-eds and articles, business communication, things such as emails, industry briefs, reports, skills that you will require. And the second pillar is the Writing and Communication Lab, which in many ways I'd say is the spine of our writing center, because it is a system of office hours with the instructor where scholars come in over 30 or 35 minutes of appointment. We have them speaking about their writing projects, their assignments, articles that they've begun to think about, how to synthesize, how to summarize, how to edit what you've written. And it really is just meant to be collaborative and encouraging space for our scholars. Are communicators and effective communicators depends on this framework. Number one is our focus on curriculum and curriculum design and pedagogy, which is extremely academic. And I think that really is what sets us apart, because there's a lot of forethought to how we plan our curriculum. The second principle is our focus on language pedagogy. Every classroom is very, very diverse. Our scholars come from various parts of the country at workplace environments to drive change and to get effective work done. The third thing that we concentrate on is our understanding that Vedica is built to help women achieve fulfilling careers. So we concentrate on really just building our scholars with that gendered lens and being able to speak and write so that they can be heard over the din. Our writing center apart because we are athletic in the sense that we offer the fundamentals, and we are surgical in that at the Writing and Communication Lab we look at patterns of errors, we tailor our attention to each singular scholar for them to really just understand and to prepare women with potential for the workplace. Similarly, over the 3 or 4 years that the scholars have joined the workforce, and industry recruiters have written back and spoken to us about how promising each of these scholars is, particularly in terms of the way they communicate, their verbal ability or their writing or the way they present, the way they hold their own in front of large audiences, in front of small focus groups, over one-on-one conversations. Really, these are the interfaces at the workplace. I'm brimming with stories of people who have moved from where they were successfully, moved from where they were over 18 months, continuing to 26 and 36, with the way they speak and with the way they write. There are stories of scholars who feared to even string together a few sentences in front of a large audience, and now they're holding their own. They are presenting important decks to clients and stakeholders. They're holding entire audiences in thrall. They're getting work done over conversations. There are stories of scholars who have had trouble writing and they have cleaned up their grammar. They write convincing sentences. They write convincing emails that gets the job done. And when I look at these stories, when I think about them, I think what we have really is absolutely, without question, a pioneering center. And that's the Vedica Writing and Communication Center.